We care about one thing: provide the best level of service and support to our clients, because that makes us look good. We're all in the job of referrals, right?
Welcome to the Insurance Leaders Lab podcast, designed for insurance professionals and leaders seeking inspiration, bold ideas, and actionable strategies. Our guests are remarkable individuals from various insurance industry sectors, and our host, Nina Shepard, has been an insurance leader for over 3 decades. Together, we explore what it truly means to be a bold and impactful leader and find personal fulfillment in the ever-evolving insurance world. New episodes are released bi-weekly on Thursdays. Be sure to follow the podcast on your platform of choice to receive alerts when new episodes drop. Bold leaders, frank dialogue, actionable strategies. Welcome to the Insurance Leaders Lab. Good morning and welcome to the second season of the Insurance Leaders Lab podcast. It feels good to be back after summer vacation break. Today, I'm going to try something new, and I hope I'll get it right. I have 2 guests, 2 exceptional ladies, Noreen Payne and Amy Snook, who are working as the Amy and Noreen team in Palm Beach County's luxury real estate market. The team has recently been featured in Palm Beach's Real Producers magazine, which named them a powerhouse duo in real estate. In addition to being very successful realtors, they also are notorious about giving back and community involvement. Noreen is on the board for Impact 100 and on the board for the Achievement Center for Children and Families. She was also the chairman of the board for the Greater Delray Chamber of Commerce during COVID. And listen to this. She just shared that she was nominated as a Woman Volunteer of the Year by the Achievement Center. Wow. Amy serves on a couple committees for Florida Realtors. She's also an assistant manager at Lang Realty, where she teaches classes and mentors agents. Recently, she also has launched the podcast Beyond the Juggle as part of her new initiative called Her Way to Lead. I hope to hear about this more today. Good morning, Noreen and Amy. Thank you for joining me today.
Hi, Nina.
Good morning.
Thanks for having us. Good morning.
I love those introductions. Thank you.
You're very welcome. That's my main piece. I'm working hard on that. Hey, I'm very excited, really excited to have you both, because I truly think that you both are extraordinary personalities, and I love my listeners to feel the same excitement about you as I do. There are 3 main reasons why I feel you are a great fit for the Insurance Leaders Lab podcast. First of all, you've been working together as a team for 10 years. That's not a common setup for realtors, is it? So tell me, what's the secret to a lasting partnership?
Noreen, why don't you share beyond the 10 years as well? But go ahead.
So our partnership is 10 years, but we actually met in 1996 when we were both in the telecom world. We were both corporate America at MCI, if you remember that name from back in the day, right? So that's where we originally met and had worked together for a few years.
I will say this. Noreen is a heck of a lot easier to get along with than I am in life. No, it's true. I am that type A, head down, I just run and I forget sometimes. I am so blessed to have her as a partner, as I feel like we complement each other.
Very much
She
so.
really manages me well. I will go on record saying
And
that.
Vice versa, right? We both complement each other. We always joke and say we're 2 sides of one brain.
Okay, so you're saying that you believe that you are complementing each other very well.
Very much so. Two sides of the brain making one great big brain.
Right.
No, we really have different styles. right? Here's the thing, same foundation, same values. And that's so, so important from a partnership perspective, and trust with each other when we hand something to the other and we know it's getting done and we know it's getting done right. And we know it's getting done and representing who we are as a team.
Right.
And that's so important. I mean, are there days that we go, wait, you did what? Of course, to each other, because we're
Right.
humans, but
Right.
it's the grace and the friendship, I think, that helps any partnership through tough days.
Right. We hold each other accountable at the end of the day, right? We know it's going to get done, but we're human. Things happen, but we do hold each other accountable and check in probably more than we do with our.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
That's awesome. And from what I recently heard, it's not only two of you, your team, in fact, is bigger. So tell me a little bit about that. How do you choose people for your team? How does that work? Who is the boss?
I got both of us.
It's 50-50. I mean, naturally, one of us will take the lead depending on the scenario. I mean, as you know, Amy's passion is to mentor agents, right? And in this case, we have, an agent who is not in the business, but maybe not as long as we've been in the business. And then we have another amazing addition that we're bringing on who brings so much knowledge of so many other things. This is industry, and joining us is just a natural fit for her. But I want to say that when Amy and I first got started, we were like, okay, there's no way we're going to be able to bring anyone on our team because we both can practically finish each other's sentences and we're moving. Like, this train has left the station and we're out, right? So having to take the time to stop and, first of all, interview and look for those personalities, we've been very, very fortunate that it's just naturally is working over the 10 years now.
Well, and can I add something to that? I mean, we are very blessed, and we interviewed a lot of people. We got to the point that we needed an assistant, right? We started part-time. It's now full-time and then some. But we interviewed a lot of people, kissed a lot of frogs, as they say, until we found the right one who, and I'm just sharing this because I think it's important for anyone looking to grow a team and grow their business, also shares the same values, comes from the same ilk, as they say. Again, we all have different strengths. We all have areas where we know, hey, I need to jump in. This is my area. But we all represent the team at the same level. Do you agree, Noreen?
Absolutely.
You hit the nail here. It's values. That's what I'm hearing. This is the uniting foundation here. And you can build anything on, on the right values when you're together. Awesome.
Nina, I'll tell you something because it just made me laugh. When I think Noreen said before, we hold each other accountable, I had to laugh a little bit because we're both such workaholics that holding each other accountable sometimes is, oh my God, take a day off, take 2 hours off. Oh my God, go get your nails done. Go work out. Because we're so blessed that the business keeps coming that we could work 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. But it's the friendship part also that we hold each other accountable of, oh my God, go work out. You need it. Not look wise. That sounded wrong. I mean, like, I need a mental break.
Or that we need a weekend away, just us, to just go and just lay by a pool or shop or whatever it might be. A mental day together.
A reward. Reward for a good quarter a year. Yep, absolutely.
Totally.
Right.
Totally. I'm with you. Now that takes me to the next question, because yes, you are very successful realtors. And as Amy said, 7 days a week could be spent there. So at what point did you decide that there's more time in the day that you want to give to the community, to the local community? Because, I mean, you are doing an outstanding work there. So how did it happen? What was that moment when you decided, okay, I'm going to dedicate my time and energy to this thing?
Noreen, I think you need to start this one. Yeah.
So in my case, that's kind of always been there, even before real estate. Grew up that way, seeing it firsthand from my mother, actually. Very involved in UNICEF and doing a lot of global type exposure and experiences and fundraising, etc. And just helping, like we were always cooking extra meals potentially to take to families. So kind of grew up in that environment. So it was just a natural transition for me to then bring it to then my children. But that's always been there. And then once my children were born, I was fortunate enough to be able to take a couple of years off after the telecom adventures and spend some time with them. And again, speaking about foundations, right? Working with my own children to kind of instill that in them. Got involved with the Achievement Center way back then. We had also, my husband and I, when we moved to Delray, one of my first phone calls was to the Chamber of Commerce. This is even before I was looking for a job, right? Because that's how I grew up. I moved so much when we were young that my mother's first phone call to any new city or area we would move to would be the Chamber of Commerce, right? I need a banker, I need a doctor, I need a realtor, whatever it might be. So that was just a natural for me to be involved with these organizations from the get-go. And the reality is growing up in those environments and having these relationships, it naturally leads to business just on its own. We don't necessarily go there, Amy or I, that, oh my gosh, how's this going to bring me business, right? We lead with, how can I help in this situation just because of that's who we are as people. And obviously, naturally, once people get to know who we are as individuals, then it will naturally lead to business opportunities.
That's how you build trust and relationship.
Yeah, I agree.
And your business, same way as our insurance business, is built on that foundation: trust, mutual respect, and relationship.
Absolutely. I was going to add, because I was chuckling, and I hope my mother is not listening to this. I did not grow up in a house where we devoted a lot of time into the community. I mean, we did it, at synagogue, we would go and like donate stuff like that, but we didn't do a lot. So it really was Noreen who influenced me and showed me the value of it. But, we also are involved with the community outreach arm of Lang Realty, our brokerage, that does a lot of initiatives. And for us, the agent-driven initiatives, I thought Noreen you were the only one not complaining. Everyone else was going to kill me when we laid the sod at Tri-County Humane Society in the dead of summer. Noreen and I were the only ones, I think, that probably didn't complain that day. It was
Oh,
hot.
that was wild too. Yeah. Woo.
Yeah,
We actually worked out in our favorite, like it was so hot that we were just sweating off the pounds.
Oh my
in the
it
gym.
was great.
It was awesome workout.
That's funny. That's a great story. Okay. Well, if anything, I think that's the good advice for anyone starting in the business, either realtor business or insurance business. I really liked, as you put it, go to the chamber. It's not necessarily about the business. Many people, unfortunately, see it as the business thing, but it's not really about the business. It's about giving yourself and putting yourself out there and helping others. And then when the relationship is established, there's something good coming out of it as a result. Always. Yeah. Either friendship, relationship,
Exactly.
Yeah.
knowing other people, and eventually some business opportunities as well.
Right. Chambers of Commerce is our community. It happens to be business owners that are members and join because a chamber's mission is to advocate on behalf of businesses, economic development, etc. But then it's so much more than just that. So a tremendous resource.
100%. Awesome. Okay. Amy, Noreen, the Insurance Leaders Lab is the podcast designed for insurance professionals and leaders seeking ideas and actionable strategies. As real estate agents, you often collaborate with insurance agents, and you've seen, I'm sure, many of them. So from a professional perspective, what are your main challenges related to insurance? And how can we support you better?
I love that question. And I want to say this, whether it's insurance, I know that's what we're talking about, but I want to talk about a lot of the different trades, so to speak, that support real estate. We have people calling us all the time. Of course, any agent who's doing business, I hope, would have people calling. And they always say, well, we can give you a referral fee. We're not looking for, I don't want it, wouldn't take it. No, we care about one thing, provide the best level of service and support to our clients, because that makes us look good. We're all in the job of referrals, right? I mean, it's so much easier. Back in our young days, we might have cold called. You can't pay me enough to knock on doors anymore. I like when my phone rings. I know Noreen does as well. And that happens from doing the right thing for people. It happens from putting other people first. Look, we're in the people business, whether it's insurance or whether it's real estate, we're in the people business. It is a product and a service. And if you don't have the right solution for the client, I'm not the right fit for you. And you need to tell someone that. But as it relates to us as agents and insurance, when I reach out to you and want to introduce you to our client, here's their 4-point, here's a wind mitigation, they're needing a quote, right? And we might send it to a couple different ones. It can't be 4 days later that you respond. It can't be, it just needs to be an extension of our team in this regards. It is the same impression. It is the same quality. Pick up the phone, humanize it, update us. And that's probably one of our biggest pet peeves, isn't it, Noreen? That we refer business and people don't keep us posted.
Yeah, I love the humanize, pick up the phone and, have a conversation.
Right.
I love that.
Make our clients feel like they're the most and the only client that you're focused on right this minute. Make them feel special, solve their problems. They are nervous. They're buying a home. This is an unknown what the insurance price is going to be. Take care of them. And if you can't take care of them, tell us that too, and go quickly find another solution.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. It's how we started out when we first started having these conversations, is that, to Amy's point, these are partners. We're all on the same team. We all want to be doing the right by both of our clients in this potential case. So great when a client calls us and says, I heard from them right away. I heard from your partner, whether it's insurance partner, inspector, whoever it might be. I heard from them right away. They did a great job. Hopefully we would have known that the partner had already reached out. We'd be hearing that from the partner versus hearing that from the first time from our client. So it's that communication that we keep stressing, right? So important.
Can I add one thing? And this is the mistake I think a lot of agents make, insurance agents. We don't need you to be the cheapest. Cheapest is not always the best. We need you to find the right solution for our client that makes sense. And if you've humanized it, and if you've picked up the phone and had a conversation on their goals, right? I need the lowest rate. I need the best coverage. I need something in the middle. I'm worried about, I don't know, my collection of XYZ. Then it's not a number. And again, like we have agents call us, we will be the cheapest. Okay, not impressed.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to be the cheapest commission. We do the best job for the value of what we're paid, right?
Yeah. Okay. That's very helpful. Thank you, ladies.
Very
welcome. Let's develop on that 7 days a week, community involvement. And then, Amy, I'll give you an opportunity to talk more about your podcast and what you're doing there. So for the moment, the question is, how do you manage all that? Where do you get the right amount of energy to give to everyone, business, community, and then the families? You have families also. Hey, it's a ton of energy, both emotionally and intellectually. How do you maintain that proper focus and motivation during your work, during your life, not work?
I know I speak for Amy as well. First of all, it's all on how we start our day. I'm in boxing class at 6:30 a.m., 5:30 or 6:30 a.m., right? Get it all going and moving. Get the day started. Get those juices flowing.
Go work out.
Excited. Get out that door while it's still dark. The email can wait.
Good point. It is the reset for yourself, for your foundation, no matter what business you're in. But as humans, you have to protect your time and you have to protect your energy, your happiness. And that's not always easy. You know, we have clients that call us at 10 o'clock at night and we try to answer. As much as I'd love to say, we're going to create boundaries. No, if a client's calling at that hour, they're needing us, right? So we answer the phone. So if you don't take time for yourself, you will crash and burn. Noreen and I, in addition to having the same values, we're both high energy people. We don't need downtime for the most part until we're done for the day and then don't talk to us. You know, we still answer the phone for each other, but there's sometimes I'll answer and I say, hi, I want to talk to you right now. And so, okay, click. But we know if it was important, the other one will be like, yeah, what's up? right? So I think that time is important, and starting the day off with time for yourself, whether it's having a cup of coffee out back, being with your spouse, being with your child, whatever it might be, make that a priority and guard it and protect that time because it matters. I will say there's some days, I messed up that appointment this morning, a personal appointment. I thought my trainer was at 7:30. He's at 7. I called Noreen freaking out because I was going to miss my workout. And how in the world, because I have messed this time up. I'm still not really sure how that happened. But my point is we have each other. And there's mornings that you just don't get off to the right start. But I was losing my stuff in the car, stuck in traffic. And she's like, Amy, what? Really? Just go to the gym. It's like, oh, yeah, I could just go to the gym. So sometimes it's that having each other, for us, a sisterhood, but both of us give all that we have to give during the day and then we're done. And not everyone runs at that speed, and no judgment. They don't have to, but we happen to both run at that speed. Would you agree?
Yeah.
There's nothing left on the table at the end of the day.
Right.
That's amazing. Wow. No wonder you are so successful in so many different areas. Listen, that's great.
We all have our moments, right? When we're going to have these off days, and that's okay. That's all right. That's why it's nice to have, to Amy's point, sisterhood or partners. Like you can just say, take it.
Yeah.
I need my pajama day.
Right. You have to know what you need and be able to be verbal with it. It can't happen every day. But when you've been working 9 days straight and you go, oh my God, I need a couple hours. Got it. Pass the baton to me, turn off your phone. We got it. And vice versa.
Right.
So true. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, Amy, do you want to tell us a little bit more about Lead Her Way?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm so blessed that Noreen supports this aspect as she supports all my stuff. I have been involved my whole life with coaching and mentoring, being in sales leadership at a very young age, right? Like 23 or 24, young age. I found it's passion. One of the things that fuels my soul is helping others grow and accomplish their goals. So one of my last big roles in the real estate industry is I was president of the Women's Council Realtors for the state of Florida. And when that ended, while you're still there to support and mentor, you're really supposed to back out, not leave, but just back off to let other leaders shine, which is hard to let others, right? We're like, no, you're not doing it the right way. But regardless, but my way is not always the right way. And it's been nice to see other people grow, but sometimes they hit brick walls, and I kept getting called for advice and coaching and mentoring and going to speak here and speak there. And one day I woke up and said, I would like to get paid for some of this, right? I don't charge a lot, but I feel like when people are paying, they find more value in it. So I launched Her Way to Lead. It was initially intended for women because I feel like it's such an underserved market in leadership, especially at higher levels. But because of the podcast called Beyond the Juggle, I've reached an audience of a lot of men too. A lot of firefighters in particular, which I think is really interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, well, a friend of mine is in that field and has been sharing it. Yeah. But so I'm not changing the name Her Way to Lead, but it is a coach and mentoring, individual coaching, group coaching, but really it's going to speak at events, which I love. It is the podcast I love. I don't know how long I'll do it. I guess until I don't have anything more to say, which I keep after every episode thinking that's it. And then I'm like, oh, I should talk about this. So it continues on, but it's a feel good. This isn't a business that I'm like, I need to make $1 million in. This is, if I help one person a year, how blessed am I that I had the opportunity to impact someone's life?
Wonderful. Amy, I look into that similar as you do. For me, podcast, I feel that there's a lot involved into it, but I don't see that as a work. I rather see that as my opportunity to share something useful with people. And then, as you've said, if one person's day gets better as the result of what they heard from us today, and I'm sure not just one person, several people's lives will get better from what we are discussing today. That's great. We've achieved the purpose.
Agree.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Agree. I would think there's a lot of people in your industry looking at partnerships. I know there's a lot of people in our industry looking at partnerships. And I want to share one last thing, if that's okay, because I do get a lot of calls from people saying, I want to start a partnership. What is the number one piece of advice? And Noreen's going to shake her head, not that everyone can see her as soon as I say this. If it's a partnership, it's a partnership, meaning you're 50-50, good, bad, and ugly, right? No matter what's happening, you share in the wins, you share in the losses, and you can't cherry pick. Oh my gosh, my mother wants to buy or sell a home. This is my mom. No, we're 50-50. It doesn't matter what it is. And the second you look at it any other way, you're going to have imbalance and inequity, and it's hard to grow in trust in that situation. So, Noreen, would you agree that's probably the number one piece for people starting out?
100,000%. 50-50 every step of the way.
That's golden.
Right.
Thank you. So, is there anything else you would like to share before we finish the conversation?
I think there's one more thing I would say advice-wise. You got to be comfortable to have honest conversations with each other. You got to be able to say, I know you don't realize how this came off, right? Like I am notorious. I don't like texting. I don't like business on texting, but people text. Well, I'm driving that. I have typos in text all the time. It's terrible. And Noreen will remind me, slow down. It's probably not going to happen because I don't like texting, but you need to be able to have that conversation because we are a reflection of each other and it's uncomfortable sometimes. But if the friendship is at the core, you realize there's no malice. It's to help and grow. What were you going to say, Noreen?
To your point, you just have to be open to hear these things too. This isn't your feelings here. It is, but these are things that have to happen. I mean, it's 50-50. So there are going to be times where one may do something. Lord knows I've messed up some things in the past and tried to say, no, let me take this one. Let me take it. It's all my fault, whatever it might be. That's just not how this goes. It's a partnership. So for both of us, we step up and say, nope, we're a team and
right.
I'm with you here every step of the way. And we're doing this together, whatever that is.
Yeah. And there's sometimes it's a loss of something we need to issue a credit on in our business. And I want to lie to her and say, no, it's good. It's not, but she'll figure it out and be like, Amy, why did you take it? So it's all 50-50. But I will tell you, when we first started working together as a team, and I would encourage anyone to go to our YouTube channel and watch our blooper reel when we first started doing videos. I'll just leave it at that, Noreen. I'm not calling you out on that one, but that could have been one of the funniest moments of my life, one of our first videos. And it's on there, and I encourage everyone to go watch the Amy and Noreen team
We've
YouTube
come a
channel
long way
blooper.
since those videos.
Oh. I didn't know you have a YouTube channel. Love it. Now, tell me, if our listeners would like to connect with you and learn more about you, where should they go? So you said YouTube. What is it? The Amy and Noreen team?
Well, I would say the number one place to go is our website, which is amyandnoreen.com, amyandnoreen.com. The reason I'm delaying here is we just changed our YouTube page, and for the life of me, I can't think what it is. Do you know, Noreen?
Oh my gosh, no, I actually don't, because it's so funny. Because we just did all this work over the summer to our channel. We've had some changes made.
Amy and Noreen, Palm Beach County Realtors.
That's right. But we're also on Facebook. We're also on Instagram.
Because you are the powerhouse duo in Palm Beach County. That's it.
I don't know about that, but I like that title.
Ladies, it was a pleasure talking to you. Thank you very much for finding time to share your thoughts and wisdom with me and my listeners. It was a pleasure. And I learned myself a few things that I am definitely going to take note and act upon. Thanks a lot. And you have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
You as well. Thanks so much. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Insurance Leaders Lab podcast. If you like what you've heard, please like it and leave a review on your preferred podcast platform. If there is anyone else in your circle who can benefit from listening, please share this link with them. Remember, this is a podcast for you, and your opinion matters to me, so if there is any topic you'd like to bring up, please send me a note to nina@ninashepherd.com. I'll see you back in 2 weeks on Thursday morning. Bye for now.